Fort Sumter was an American naval defense fort constructed during the War of 1812 to protect the states from British invasion into Charleston. The fort was unfinished by the end of the war and remained that way until 1861, when it became the first battleground of the Civil War.
1 month after the election of Abraham Lincoln, threats of secession from South Carolina materialized, and Federal troops under the command of Major Robert Anderson moved to the unfinished Fort Sumter in the middle of Charleston Harbor because it was a more easily defended position.
Anderson was running low on food and ammunition, and when the Union tried to send supplies, it prompted the President of the Confederacy, Jefferson Davis, to send a militia force under the command of P.G.T. Beauregard armed with cannons to siege the fort.
On April 12, 1861, the South Carolinians began the bombardment. Over the course of 34 hours, an estimated 3,000 shots were launched at Fort Sumter.
In the late morning, the barracks caught fire. This could have spelled the end of the battle had it not been for a rain shower that put out the fires in the evening.
However, in the early hours of April 13th, General Beauregard resumed his bombardment, and the fort caught fire once again. Anderson was forced to surrender and was captured by the Confederates. There were 0 human casualties of the battle, but 1 Confederate horse was sadly killed.
The Battle of Fort Sumter was the start of the Civil War, the first military conflict between the Union and the Confederacy, which prompted President Lincoln to call for volunteers for a national army to squash the rebellion and preserve the Union.
After the victory, there was a massive surge of enlistments into the Confederate Army, and the American Civil War had officially started.
The Battle of Fort Sumter was a turning point in history. Despite the low casualty count and anticlimactic end, it began the bloodiest war America has ever witnessed.